Hi English 111 students. The intention of this video was to show you how to use the online databases that Southeastern gives you access to. But after I looked around the online databases and then compared my results from what I was finding online, I decided that your online sources are probably going to be better sources. So we can save the database tutorial for a later date. Okay, so this video will actually focus on finding sources that will be useful to you in your argument writing, but also looking at what makes sources credible and what are some red flags to look for when you're looking for reputable sources. Okay, so your assignment, we are off of template-based essays. We will come back to them, but for right now, we're going to start writing arguments. And this is in preparation for English 112, which is a research-based writing class. So you are going to write your first argument, and I have made it a little interesting by making you take on the opposite claim of Nicholas Carr, author of Is Google Making Us Stupid? Now, Carr does not necessarily say that Google is making us stupid. He does, however, talk about the internet and Google specifically, Google's detrimental effect to our attention spans, our focus, and our level of thinking. Okay? So what I want you to do in this argument is you're going to take the oppositional side and you're going to say that the internet and Google actually enhance humans' mental capabilities. So in order to make that claim, we need some research to back it up. So I am on Google. It's sort of funny and ironic that I'm using Google to write a paper about Google. But I'm going to start really simply and write, the internet makes us smarter, and see what pops up. All right, so I have 3 million results, and I'm going to look at some of them, and we're going to talk about credible sources and sources that you might not want to use. All right, so the first one is from Forbes magazine. Now, Forbes magazine is a money magazine. It's very reputable. I'm looking at the date. It's from 2012. You always will stay within 10 years of the present date to make your research credible and relevant. For this topic, since we're talking about technology, I would probably make that window even smaller and try to stay within the last 5 years because technology changes so often. Okay? So I'm going to click on this. It's interesting to me because Forbes is a reputable magazine and I like the title. And when I get to the actual site, look whose name appears. Nicholas Carr. So this definitely might be one that we want to use. It says lots of commentators, like my old friend Nicholas Carr, for example, have bemoaned the rise of the internet and before that television, arguing that these evil distractions have shortened our attention spans and caused us to become digital idiots, capable of only the briefest moments of focus. Okay, let's see. So here's his claim in this article. It's not that we're becoming dumber, it's rather that the object of our focus has changed. So this is definitely one that you might want to use. It looks pretty good just at first glance. So I'm going to go back and look for some more. Hopefully. All right. Here we have, is technology making us stupid and smarter? Psychology Today is a psychology journal, and this looks like the online version. And this was written by Pete H.D. I don't know why it says Mr. Personality underneath, because he does not look like Mr. Personality. But it asks a question in the title. But by looking at this little blurb, how the internet makes life more complex by making complex things simple. So I'm guessing that this might be an article where it shows both sides of the story, and it might be useful to you as a source because you don't have to, you can use the side that you need to use in your research. So that might be another one you want to check out. The internet makes us think we're smarter. I don't think I want to use that. Okay, the next one is from the Huffington Post. Absolutely not. Okay, any news outlet that reports on the Kardashians is not one that we want to use in our research paper. Here goes one. BBC, Future, Social Media, How Life Online Makes Us Smarter. BBC is the British Broadcasting Channel. I think that's what it stands for. But it's a huge, huge news company out of Great Britain. So it's a reputable source. I'm going to go there.
The world of investing is complex.
I don't want to hear any
Let's simplify.
advertisements. Okay. How Life Online Makes Us Smarter. How is living online changing us? Author Clive Thompson argues that we shouldn't fear the likes of Facebook and Twitter because it's helping us to achieve things we couldn't have done before. This one looks good. And it looks like somebody named Clive Thompson, who is an author of a book called Smarter Than You Think, is the author. So I might want to go and look at some more sources from Clive Thompson. He might be a name that I might want to research on this topic. Okay, so that's also looks like a good one. Now, I look right here, it says why the internet is making us smarter. Anything that has an edu is pretty safe to use as research. This looks like it might be some type of dissertation or something that this person wrote, but it might be helpful to you to read that one as well. So hopefully you get the picture. I'm going to leave it up to you what sources you want to use. Please don't feel like you have to use any that I just found online. I only typed in one search term, so think about the possibilities if you typed in anything else. So I am going to leave you to your research. I want you to pick out 2 good sources that you want to use. And I am going to post the argumentative outline, and we can start writing our argument in a few days. Okay? I'll see you online.